सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय, महायोगी स्वामी उमानंद सरस्वती की जय. Friends, today I am going to talk about a great Avadhut. I don't know, somehow um, I feel very good when I talk of great saints, and I hope it is accepted as a humble service of mine at the feet of the holy feet of the Guru, BHAGWAN NITYANANDA. A great saint, very close. His ashram is to Bombay, and one should visit. One should visit. Um, I will tell a few incidents. Now, you may wonder, we are dealing with a serious topic like Kundalini Yoga, and where you are supposed to sit and meditate for hours together. and and why do I come up with stories and things like that? It's a tribute to 10 saints who have contributed to the world of many. So it's high time we all recognize and accept some of their works and some of their teachings, and try to repay in some little way the debts which we owe to them for having made the world beautiful. Simultaneously, we know that there are wars going on certain fields in some areas of the world. Then there is simultaneously, but there is cricket going on. there is Bollywood, another angle. And each one in its own ways is making us happy. So this is also one of the fields, spiritualism, which rules many hearts, and many people get molded, or let's say enjoy walking on this path. And we need to discover a little more. And Kundalini Yoga is a very beautiful yoga. Along with it, as I said, we are going to make this subject interesting. So let's say I'm going to talk about BHAGWAN Nityananda. I once again humbly salute him, and I request him to be present here today in the form of discourse, pass on his blessings to the people. Let me also get a little wiser than yesterday. And about BHAGWAN Nityananda, a few stories are very beautiful, so I would like to share the stories with you. It is so said that once BHAGWAN Nityananda was traveling by a train, and when he was traveling by a train, probably he didn't have a ticket. There was an avadhut, he was just a man with absolutely very little to carry, or whatever it is. The ticket checker came, and of course he tried to ask for the ticket, and BHAGWAN Nityananda didn't have the ticket. So he was actually made to step down at a station. He was asked to descend from the train. So Bhagwan got down, and he went and sat. Bhagwan sat on a bench. Normally on the railway stations there are benches. So he went and sat on one of them. And it was time for the train now to leave. But the train didn't leave. The train would not leave. I mean, it's something so, we still, none of us can imagine that these miracles can happen. But this is how God shows His love for the saints. The train wouldn't leave. And the engineer came, the people came, they tried to go around and see what was wrong with the train or not. For a long time they discovered nothing, and they didn't know. And one of the engineers noticed BHAGWAN Nityananda sitting out and on the bench. And he was most detached. He was not concerned of what was going on. And they saw him, and he asked, "Who is this gentleman?" So one of the ticket checkers said that, "So he has no ticket, so I have asked him to get down." So the engineer said, make him get into the train will move. And it did happen. Once he boarded the train started moving. Now, I don't know whether some of you love such stories or not, but I love them. I love them because that makes my heart or my mind very happy, and probably it's that state in which one makes a spiritual leap, takes a spiritual leap. Uh, I think it's a very nice way. Oh, there will be hundreds of stories I'd love to tell you like this. One more incident was that Bhagwan Nityananda is supposed to have constructed a lot of ashram, and he used to love children, and he used to have we call it the food courts, freely distributing food to poor people, and he used to be he used to be the main person behind all the food courts. So he would have certain areas constructed. Now every time people would come for any money and all, he would just be sitting on a normal sheet of cloth, and every time somebody would come, he would just raise his little thigh and pick up some money and give it. Now, of course, I mean, imagine a person who doesn't seem to have anything. He can keep on constructing buildings. Now, obviously, there are people going to feel very curious. Some of them are going to be curious about it, where the money comes from. So, once the police inspectors or something like that, they went after him. They said, "We know nothing. Where do you get this money from? You have got to take us to your collection, wherever the money is kept. We would like to see it." So Bhagwan Nityananda said, "I don't have any money." So they said, "No, no, no. You are building construction, building after building, and how can you say you don't have money? So you must be having some money somewhere. Where is it?" So these people had to, so Bhagwan Nityananda took them. And it is so said that he got down into a sort of small lake, and there were crocodiles in it. Now, then Bhagwan Nityananda got into the waters, and he says, "Here's my mint. That's where the money is mint. Mint is where the money is made." So he said, "You come down, I'll give it to you." And it is so said that he kept on pulling out dry notes from water and throw it at the inspectors. And he says, "Here, you take as much as you want." Now, friends, what is it? How can these things happen? Some people will scientifically explain mind over matter, and some will say, well, miracles, or things like that. Of course, I don't know. I myself would love to be capable of doing all these little tricks. But, well, we need we need to be avdhut. Yes, I think that is what exactly I wanted to explain to you. Avdhut, they are supposed to be beyond. They are beyond. They are almost direct incarnations of gods. And of course, they have their own miracles, and probably that's why a lot of 50,000 and above people from West and all come down to Benares to meet some of these saints. And they happen to meet only if you have that desire to meet. You should be wanting to meet such saints. And somebody could take you out to another new world. But anyway, so this was one of the stories of Bhagwan Nityananda. Then there was one more story which I have heard of was, he used to go around, he couldn't eat by his own hands, his fingers used to be always probably held straight. He could not fold them much. But he would ask some people to give him some food to eat and all. So one of the ladies who almost probably got bored wanting to give him daily, and so she said, wait. She went and brought burning charcoal. And he said, eat this. You want to eat? Eat this. So Bhagwan said, look, I'll eat it. I don't know what will happen to you. And it is so said, Bhagwan Nityananda kept on eating that burning charcoal. Now, and of course, as the result was expected here, in this case, the lady had a little abdominal pain, and the story goes on. Once more, he was like forced to get into the army, get himself rolled into the army or something. Some work, some sort of army action. And Bhagwan was not very much keen about it. And so then he said, I can't, I'm blind. So they checked his eyes. And he truly happened to, the doctor said, yes, he's blind. And they allowed him to go. The moment they said go, he walked away comfortably as if he was not blind. All right, friends. Now, these are very lovely stories of Bhagwan Nityananda, and they are great avdhuts. And I will tell you a short incident here. I went to Ganeshpuri, and I was wanting to stay there on my own for a little spiritual abode for 3 days, and 2 nights and 3 days. And it was a program I decided to go through to seek his blessings. And of course, I would go into the morning times to the temple. There used to be a small little pond, kunda they called it, where there's supposed to be waters here. You can dip any sort of a illness that you have. You are set free from that if you have a dip into that kunda. They are water, they are hot springs. I too went there, and early morning, when I was returning back from the temple, it was still pretty dark outside. So when I was returning, somewhere deep down I was afraid. I used to find places and go alone, and then when it used to be night, I used to start getting a little uneasy. So I started feeling a little uneasy before my room was hardly, it was visible to me, yet I was a little away from it. And I was afraid. Normally I'm afraid of street dogs. So anyway, I was somehow trying to go, and I very intensely prayed to Baba, Bhagwan, and I said, Bhagwan, Nityanand Baba, I am extremely scared and I have to go reach that room. So please take care of me. And then suddenly I saw a figure, faint figure at a distance standing, and he had held his hand right up, high up, and like, saying, I'm here, go. I'm here, I'm standing here for you, you go. Bhagwan Nityananda, Muktanand Baba, Umanand Saraswati, then Guroni Maharaj, all these people have initiated me in their own ways, and I have been on this journey, on this path, making my journey. And I'm at a state where probably one thing is definite, that things that I want tend to happen. Something very nice is happening around. Kundalini Yoga. There are people who are studying how the energy flows, and whether it goes from one chakra to the other. We will also be studying about it. What does each chakra give us? Like we have the Sahasrara, which is nothing but from where the grace flows down. And then from the Ajna chakra here, it is the intuitional area. Then from the voice here, you are able to express yourself or whatever it is. So these are various benefits of being on this path. Friends, at least 20 to 25 minutes per day. Try and be seated on an asana and meditate And doesn't matter who your guru now is or you've not found a guru. There are umpteen, there are many of them available, and they're all there early morning between 3 to 6 on Brahma Muhurta. Just to sit down and very humbly pray that if there is some very great master around, please bless me and guide me and let me know the other world. Uh, and I'm sure you will start discovering it. Well, I need to do more and more of it and move on. Tomorrow we shall be talking about Muktanand Baba and another great Siddha. Today he has his devotee, Guru Mai, is probably settled in Falsburg, and there are many foreigners who come here, and I know all these foreigners are sitting there and reciting Guru Gita, chanting Rudra. We have 21 shlok already put on the YouTube, and Guru Gita, I shall also be introducing at least 10 major texts. I will be giving bird's eye view about 10 good texts which can help you all to make your journey. Right now, we shall stop here. I once again humbly seek the blessings of Bhagwan Nityananda, Muktanand Baba, and my revered Gurudev Mahayogi Swami Umanand Saraswati. Before I conclude this little session, this is Swami Radhikananda from Pune.